be careful to not make a hard judgment on something before you consider multiple perspectives. Proverbs 18:13 tells us that a man that answers a matter before he hears it, it is shame and folly to him. Do not make a judgment on something that you don't have all the information about. I can't tell you how many times, whether in work or in religious fields, where I have seen this not being implemented. A supervisor at work will come and just chew out an employee for doing this instead of that, when somebody higher than that supervisor has given instructions to that person. And the person just takes, this abuse, this criticism, why aren't you doing this? And you're a terrible employee and all that stuff. And they were terrible supervisors, to be honest. When the supervisor didn't have the full picture of things. In church, I've got something in my eye and it's killing me. It's not killing me. That was an exaggeration. Anyway, I've seen this in church. How many times a preacher gets up and says, well, these people teach this, but they haven't taken the time to actually consider what those people really actually teach. Um, and that's a very dangerous place for a Christian to be in. We are called to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. We are called to be observant and to see and to consider and to think. We're called to be a thinking people, a rational people. I guess technically you could make the case that it's Jesus pleading with the people through Isaiah, but God pleads with the people in Isaiah. Let us reason together, saith the Lord. He wants us to use our mind and our heart at the same time. And so often we're so emotional and we get into these situations where we get so passionate over these things and we'll disagree with somebody and we'll just write them off as a heretic before we consider their life perspective. We consider the doctrine that they're teaching, the scriptures that they're presenting, the way that, they're looking at the scriptures. And I'm not saying that there's multiple, that truth is subjective or anything like that. Truth is absolute, but be careful before making a hard judgment on somebody, because it might wind up becoming a shame and a folly to you if you write somebody off just because you haven't taken the time to understand their point of view or their doctrine. So just a little thought out there, to be less passionate about, or less impulsive, less reactive, and more responsive. I think that's a good way of putting it.